Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, you can go ahead and subscribe me for DIYs, travel vlogs, shopping hauls, etc. So like I said in my previous video that I'm going to give a detailed account of my Bangkok trip, starting from the airport and the paperwork you have to go through, and then the sightseeing, the prices of the tickets, tourist spots there, so that you can get the overall expenditure. I have made a note on all the sightseeing where I went, so that you guys get a detailed scenario of my trip. If you were planning the trip to go to Bangkok or Pattaya or Phuket, by this time you already know that the airport where you're gonna land will be Suvarnabhumi Airport, which is a massive airport. So once you land there, you have to get the visa on arrival. This is the form, and in this form, after filling out all the details, like I will read it out, like the name, the nationality, the passport document number which is there in your passport, the back side of it, date and place of issue, date of birth, expiry date, flight number, then address in Thailand, permanent address, and all this stuff. After filling out this form, then you have to go to the office, and there you're gonna see two queues. One is a bit short, and while the other one is quite a long queue. The difference between the long and the short queue is that in one queue you have to pay like 2,000 baht. This is why the queue is short, while on the other hand you have to pay 100 baht, which is why it was so long. So I prefer to go to the short one, and which is why I paid 2,000 baht. Like as you can see, this is the receipt they will give. Once you get this receipt, you have to wait for like 15 to 20 minutes to get the visa on arrival thing, which is a white rectangular thing. So make sure you keep your passport and that always with you. When you get out of the airport, there will be a line of colorful taxis. Colorful as in like there will be pink taxis, there will be green and yellow taxis, and there are like minibuses. But I recommend you to get the green and yellow one because they are meter taxis and they are quite reasonable compared to other mode of accommodation. And now if you are taking a meter taxi, you have to get a ticket. When you come out of the airport, when you go to the taxi stand, you're gonna see some boxes, like rectangular silver boxes, like the ticket counter. This automatic one, you have to press it, then you will get the ticket, then you have to show it to the driver, and then they will take you. Now about the accommodation I'm going to talk about. If you are someone who don't want to spend so much on accommodation or don't look for some luxury hotels, for me accommodation is all about the right location, clean, and I should get breakfast in the morning. On top of that, it must be affordable. If you have the similar thoughts like me on accommodation, then I'm going to give the hotels where I stayed in my description box below, so that just you can check out. And I have to say, whichever hotels I'm gonna mention there, I can assure you that these hotels are clean, stuff is very good, and the location is perfect. This hotel ranges between 1,500 to 2,500 rupees, and in all these hotels you're gonna get your breakfast free. First destination I'm gonna talk about is Bangkok. Mode of transport, Uber is best. You can go for public transport also. Since it was my first international trip, so I chose Uber and tuk-tuk rides. And there is one more mode. You can rent a scooty also, where you have to pay like 200 to 300 baht according to the vehicle which you need. So the normal scooty is 200 baht, and 150cc one is 400 baht. If you don't know how to ride, then don't worry, because there are people who will carry you. Taxi man, you can say, you can go to any place with them and they will charge you on that, and it's cheap also. Since they know that you are a tourist, so make sure you bargain with them. That is the basic mode of transportation in whole Bangkok or Phuket or Pattaya. If you ask me, I recommend you to rent a scooty because they used to charge 200 baht for 24 hours. So in that 24 hours, wherever you want to go, you want to explore the city, like 12 hours, 13 hours, you can go here, there. So when you are in Bangkok, if you want to visit the tourist places, then I prefer you to stay in Chinatown, because Chinatown and Khao Road. Now these two places difference is not that much, and all the tourist destinations are nearby to these two places. So I stay in Chinatown. This is the map actually. This is the whole Bangkok map. Chinatown and Khao Road are very nearest to all the main tourist destinations in Bangkok. Let me show you. Right here is the Grand Palace, and there is this Wat Phroa, and Khao Road is right here. You can stay eating in Khao Road, and Khao Road is also a very nice place for parties and all. We stayed in Baulat Road in Chinatown. Here is the place, so it's not that far. It's quite accessible to the main point. And the second thing is the street food. Oh my god, the place is blessed with the food. I feel like they have blessed hands. It's so yum. Street food in Bangkok, in whole Thailand, is amazing, amazing, amazing. If you are a foodie, like, make sure you go to Chinatown. According to quantity of the food, the price is quite reasonable. Actually, it's not reasonable, it's super cheap. In 50 baht, you will get soup, noodles. If you have sweet tooth, make sure you taste their mango rice. I will include all the top food items in the description box, so make sure you taste them. Bangkok rocks when it comes to street food. And the third thing, it's very important actually. Make sure you learn the basic Thai language, especially in Phuket and Bangkok. It's very hard to communicate in English. Just learn the basic Thai words like the thank you, like what is the price of the item. It's fun to see their reaction when a tourist speaks Thai words. Make sure you learn that. It will be quite helpful for you. Coming to the sightseeing and the main tourist destination, first will be the Grand Palace. Price of the ticket is 500 baht, and then comes the Wat Phroa, which is like 99 baht. If you are into historical places, then yes, you can go to Grand Palace. But if you have less time and you want to do a lot of things in one particular day, then I recommend you to go to Wat Phroa, because it's almost same like Grand Palace. Like the architecture of both Grand Palace and Wat Phroa are similar. It's just that Grand Palace is twice bigger than Wat Phroa. Now the floating market is a bit far from the city. If you are making a package, I think it will get included in your trip. Since I was not making any packages, so I went there all by myself. Tuk-tuk driver took me and we booked a cab, and the cab took around 1200 baht to reach there because it's quite far from the main city. Then there are like many shows in floating market, including a crocodile show, monkey show. There's like dirt bikes also, then elephant rides and motorboat ride. Including all that, there will be 3 packages. If I'm not wrong, prices of these 3 packages are 3000 baht, 3500 baht and 4000 baht. I know it's costly, right? But it's worth it. In these 3 packages, in 4000, every show is included, everything. That is in this 3500 baht. You will not get the dirt bikes. I went for this one. The 3001, the crocodile or monkey show was missing in that. But I have to say, my tuk-tuk driver whom I booked for 3 days, he recommended me not to choose the motorboats because it will be highly charged for that. And on the other hand, there is a plain boat, the normal boats, which cost like 50 baht. The price is quite different. Honestly, being from India, elephant ride is not extraordinary thing for me. And then the monkey show is like, so crocodile show was okay. Dirt bikes, you can ride everywhere. I gave all the details, so it depends upon you which one you choose. If you are on a budget, then you want to explore everything, then I prefer you to take that boat, the normal boat, because it's like 50 baht only. The Safari World, which is very famous in Bangkok. This is the Safari World map. It's actually a zoo and it includes all the shows of animals. It's a fun place to spend with your family. It have all the shows as I have mentioned. Let me read it out. It's orang utan, sea lion, cowboy stunt, elephant, dolphin, spywork, and bird. And as you can see, the show starts from 10:20. I missed all this because I reached there at 1 o'clock, which is why I got to see only 3 shows. Since I have mentioned this, I hope you reach there by 10 so that you can enjoy all the shows there. In that way, you will not waste your money also, because these are the tickets to Safari World. It's 1500 for adults. I don't know about children. About the shopping in Bangkok, somehow I explained all the local markets in my previous video. I'm going to give the link in my description box, so make sure you watch it. Now let's go to Phuket. Phuket have a lot of these places to visit. I stayed 6 days in Phuket. The first thing when we talk about Phuket islands, like the James Island and the Phi Island, of course, and there are some private islands. I just took it from the place where I stay. This includes all the packages. If you want to know about all that, you can leave a comment. I will be happy to reply. So next thing is the Phi Island. And we went to Phuket, made a package on these islands, the Phi Island, the James Island, and all the sightseeing. And this package included all the sightseeing, including Big Buddha and Wat Saman Temple and Kamala Beach, Tiger Kingdom, and meeting and greeting of a baby elephant where you get to feed, and in return they will give you a kiss. Memorable kiss. When you go to Phuket, you can fly over, you can take a bus also, but bus journey takes 12 hours. We went in Air Asia flight. I just want you to know that communication is kind of problem, so you misunderstood sometimes, and it happened with us. When we went there in Air Asia flight, they told us that limit is 7 kg per person. Ours was like 13 kg for one bag, so we have to pay like 1000 baht. And we returned from Phuket, we again paid 1000 baht. Since we bought this time 2 bags, each bag weight was 6 kg, and we were quite sure that this time we don't have to pay the money because our luggage were below the limit. But except your handbag, if you are carrying anything starting from 1 kg, whatever kgs, you have to pay 1000 baht. So I originally was kind of disappointed in that regard, and I saw many Indians who were struggling with that. I saw 3 guys who were explaining to the air hostess that if we divide their luggage, their whole luggage, into 3 parts, because there were 3 people, 6 cases each, then what will be the result? Then I think they were having the same problem like I had in the airport. If you're traveling alone, make sure you carry all your stuff in your handbag only, so that you don't have to spend 1000 baht. Now coming back to my package, the whole thing cost me around 10,000 baht per person, which includes all the things: sightseeing, Phi Island, a trip, lunch, James Bond Island, and everything was there. Pick up, drop, everything included. If you're going to the sightseeing spots, then Tiger Kingdom is a must place to visit, and these are the tickets. There are like 3 kinds of tiger there, like the big ones, the medium one, and the small one, the babies, that means. We went for the medium one. This is what it looks like. It's very cute, you won't be troubled, and there will be instructions. And it cost me 900 baht to get the medium one. The big one is for 1500 baht, and the small one are for 1000 baht, something like that. If you're a party animal, then okay, nightlife is on Patong Beach and Bangla Road. Now I want to mention one more place in Phuket which was not included in our package. I hired one motorbike on that particular day because I was free. If you are adventure junkie, then make sure you go to this flying Hanuman. You have to fly from one particular point in a tree to another point in the other tree. It's kind of like a ropeway thing. It's amazing. They will form you a group, and to reach there you have to trek for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then you reach that spot. Your inside Hanuman will be satisfied because all you have to do is fly from one point to another, one point and to another, and that goes on. If you are planning to go there, you make sure you wear shoes. Then this cost around one place you seriously have to visit in Phuket is Old Town. It's beautiful and it's less crowded. Let's come to Pattaya now. All of us know Pattaya is a wild place, and since we almost did the island thing in Phuket itself, so I didn't went for this Keow island. And basically in Pattaya, if you go for hotels, the beach road is the perfect place, and I happen to stay there in the beach road. When it comes to street food, then make sure you visit the night market in Pattaya. It's awesome, and you can explore food items there. It's wow. If your plan is all about Bangkok and Pattaya, then you can visit the Korean island. And now include that island trips and some sightseeing and everything in Pattaya in a package. It's very easy to make a package because wherever you stay, you're gonna find an office in your hotel itself where they will make package for you. Yeah, it's quite easy to make a package in Pattaya. Jet skiing was 600 baht for half an hour, and then paragliding was 800 baht or two. Like it's 600 actually, but you have to give to the boat which will carry you from your point to the big boat where you will be sailing. I was shocked to know that it's actually cheaper than Goa, the first magical ice of Siam. Now this place is rarely visited by the tourists. When I went there, it was not crowded as all the tourist places, and it cost. And the next one is Alcazar Show, which cost 600 baht. But the cost of the ticket is 800 baht. I think 1200 baht for the VIP. Since we went to that office lady where they used to make packages and all, I got in 600 baht. The show is all about Thai culture, and the dresses are so pretty, and the lady boys are so talented. They are so beautiful at the same time. I genuinely recommend you to go and spend 1 hour of your time because you won't regret.
So the next is the Art in Paradise, which is not that far from the beach road, because I gave only 50 baht to the taxi man. If you were a fan of art or a painter for yourself, this place is a must visit because it's insane. The cost of the ticket is 450 baht. It takes like 2 hours to get around the whole gallery.
In the domestic airports, when you go out, make sure you go for the mini buses. Don't hire the taxis. It will take like 180 baht. When you are returning from Pattaya to Bangkok, you can choose the bus service there because they are super cheap. I think 180 per person. If you choose bus, you get to see other parts of Thailand also. It reminds me of Assam because there are paddy fields and everything there. That will be all. I hope this video will be helpful to you if you are planning to go there. If you have any questions, then you can comment down below. And thanks for watching.